My waters started to go at 34 weeks plus 6 days. Yeah, that is when my waters started to break and I started to experience a lot of fluid loss, like it was just going in. Now, this has happened in both of my other 2 pregnancies, so this was nothing new for me. I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly that I'm not weeing myself. Like, the midwives even try to tell me, oh, are you sure you're not weeing yourself? Like, I'm a big woman and I've given birth twice before. This is my 3rd pregnancy and you're trying to ask me if I've weed myself. Are you dumb? So I was going into the hospital probably every single week from 34 weeks plus 6 days. And I was telling them that my waters are going, blah, blah, blah. They had me on scans. They did different tests. They did speculums. They did all different kind of madness to me, right? For them to turn around and say, no, it's not your waters. It's not your waters. I'm thinking, my G, this is literally chlorine coming out of me, like the smell of amniotic fluid. Do you think I'm not going to know? Anyway, so they were like, no, because there's still fluid around the baby. Of course there's going to be fluid around the baby. I haven't had no big gush, but I'm trickling daily. So what I decided to do, because they basically kept telling me that I am not losing fluid, I started to take pictures. I started taking pictures. I started taking videos. So for example, if I sat down and I'd get up and there'll be this huge patch of like just wetness, I would take a picture. Yeah. Let's not go into all the graphs, but the graphics were graphicking. Like, I took a lot of content for the fact that I'm going to show someone one day to show people that I'm frigging losing my waters and these people are not believing me. So I arrived on the date, the 17th of November, the same date that they told me that is my induction day. I rolled through to my induction day, gave my letter in. They were like, yeah, boom, here's your bed. We're going to wait for the labour suite to be free because at the moment we're short of staff. And there was this older woman, really mature lady, and she was the head midwife on shift. And she came to me and she was like, yeah, we're just literally waiting, blah, blah, blah. You seem really fine anyway, nothing's happening. I was like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm chilling. And then I said, well, I don't really want to be induced anyway. I'd rather you just break the rest of my waters. She goes, what do you mean the rest of my waters? And I was like, well, I've been losing my water since 34 weeks plus 6 days. She was like, sorry? That's not in your notes. And I'm like, yeah, I've been coming in. I've got all my sheets, my discharge sheets to show that I'm not having to stay in, but there's the scans and all that kind of stuff that they've done. And she was like, can you show me? So I showed her and she was like, oh my gosh. Then I pulled out all the content that I collected for the last few weeks on when my waters have been going. And I swear to you now, she got on the phone to the other department and she cussed them. Everyone in that Ward 22 could hear her cussing off her mouth because they were going to induce me and I barely had any waters left around the baby. Are you dumb? Are you actually mad?